Hello and welcome to my Cowboys family. Today we're going to be discussing some stuff that happened today at training camp. Let's start off with some injuries. We already knew about the Ryan Switzer injury. It's a hamstring. It's not that big of a deal. We discussed it in the live stream yesterday, but it seems like they're going to give him until after the Hall of Fame game, so after August 3rd. Probably next Saturday he'll be playing. So about a week from today, he'll probably be back in practice and pads and the whole thing. And I'd rather they take it slow than rush him in. We also, today's practice, of course, is also missing Malik Collins, who we want him out there as much as possible, see what he can do on that defensive line for us. We need him out there playing, but a hip flexor from the first padded practice is why he is still day-to-day, just like Switzer is listed as day-to-day. So he missed practice. Now, today was Jourdan Lewis's first practice, full practice in pads, and unfortunately, he got injured. At first, there were no reports. At first, someone said about a knee. Ended up, it looks like it's a hamstring as well, which again, we hate hamstring injuries. Of course, knees are probably worse, but hamstring injuries we don't want because those tend to linger depending on the severity. So right now, we don't know the severity. We don't know the details. And we don't know what his next step is going to be. But with Switzer out and him out, we have no punt or kick returners right now that are, that we were kind of getting ready for the preseason with. So we'll see what happens with that. I wanted to mention one more thing about today's practice. It seemed like the feel of the people that were there, that the defense won most of the battles, especially in the one-on-one matchups, defensive line versus offensive line. Now, of course, our offensive line is dominant, so they probably won most of the battles, but the defensive line seemed to be improving and getting to the quarterback spot quicker. And, Taco was doing a little better this time against Collins. He didn't get beat every single time. We have DeMarcus Lawrence looked good. Even Cedric Thornton, Crawford. I mean, all the guys. One guy it stood out, and again, I keep pushing his name is Benson Mayowa. He seems to be doing fantastic as a pass rusher. So he looked pretty good even against Tyron Smith. He got stuck once. Another time he got through. So just to get past him once is a big deal. Stephen Paella, I think he's starting to be like this no-name guy in camp who's looking like he's making a push not just to make the team, but to maybe be a starter. So that'll be an interesting thing as well to keep an eye on. He's number 55, and he's on a defensive tackle. So keep an eye on him. And the final thing I wanted to discuss, which just kind of broke about a half hour ago, was this whole thing about Jerry Jones admitted or said to the media that he did confirm that Ezekiel Elliott met with the NFL about the 2016 domestic violence accusations and their investigation on that. So that's something to keep our eyes on. A lot of people are saying that they're not going to come down with a decision, at least not a negative decision on Zeke, if it's going to be around this Hall of Fame game, because Jerry Jones is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. So they kind of don't want to put a damper on that. That's what I've been hearing. At the same time, they might announce that there's no suspension, and so maybe they'll announce that this week as well. But it's just something to keep an eye on and to just keep listening for to see if there's any updates on that. It could be coming this week. If it's good news, I'm thinking. If it's bad news, it might be a little longer, or just want to clear the time between the Hall of Fame game and this whole thing with Zeke. So we'll see what happens with the NFL. In the meantime, as always, please leave your comments below. Make sure to give us a like if you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to keep up with all our updates and our live streams. Make sure you hit subscribe, all right? Oh, wait, one more thing. Go Cowboys.